When a pen litters the strict street of success, gathering series of salt in its talked sense, as its mouth runs like an overfeeding Owambe on Saturdays, and fixes feces as fixes on an innocent slate, for every page to have a sage, for every brain not to live in vain, for our lifestyle not to be profane, for yesterday's fate to dictate today and design tomorrow, then we have a book. But if Nigeria were a book, who would have written the epistle? Epistle because Nigeria is a home of many scars. Epistle because she's a pistol that make peace stool. Stooling even when citizens don't eat beans. But our expressway expressed this way by eating human beings. And the fool Anis also hit human beings with their pistol. So why won't we call her an epistle? So let me ask again, for the sake of peace to reign, if Nigeria were a book, who would have written the book? Because it is obvious everyone is the devil they preach against. Everyone can't wait to chase gain in haste. Some sell their body cheaply to feed their costly dreams. Some turn their tomorrows in a film. Major, minor, hero, villain, things never gleam but dim. Some sell their conscience. Some use blood to buy money for their existence. But don't forget a book was meant to solve a man too. Either academical, political, spiritual, emotional, or other orders. But who is ready to solve the riddle? If it were academical, will it be from those who pass dead head after 5-minute trip to paradise? If it were political, will it be from those who preach to get march and not to teach salvation? If it were political, will it be from those who come with sweet words in the morning and after winning that tenure becomes morning? If it were emotional, will it be from these hard stone guys who break every heart, or from these street lasses who have million magas? Even in the poetry world, no feet seems to feed God. Is it the writers that beef before they meet? Is it those who panabit justice based on familiarity and not dexterity? It's so bad that some bad even steal others' reasoning. So obviously enough is in Nigeria. No one is fit to write the book because you don't write what you don't know and you don't write what is known. But you see, if Nigeria were a book, we would have read and traced the history. Our Brazilian girls would have seen the pride in black's beauty, and that it pays to make them and parents proud on wedding night and opening the corridor of their lives for every passersby who later pass by. Our American prisoners would have seen how men were of worth in the past, and not by the fault of their birthless trousers, because all what we need is their priceless worth, and not their open, stinking, smelling boxer shorts. Leaders would have seen how ruling is service to humanity and not visit to inhumanity. Instead of this conflict between the Christian and the Muslim, we would have learned the humanism of the gods before civilization murdered our culture. So you see, Nigeria will only be a book when everyone is no longer a crook, and when the publisher to publish our page is the author and finisher of our fate. But if we don't make him the blueprint, Nigeria being a book will just be a fantasy.
Now, I'll be honest. If bestowed with the responsibility of painting the pages of such a book, Nigeria, it won't take too long for me to be diagnosed with pandemonium. A state of hula baloo, like a balloon full with pops of delima, confusions causing contusions, collusions and illusions forming an alliance in my head. But even in this plight, I will fight to write and shed this light. So growing up, most of us remember those epic childhood stories read to us from books we would give anything to get a grasp of. But I tell you, if that book was Nigeria, it would be nothing but a messed up tale with no happy endings, locked away in oblivion beyond the reach of children. I'm sure that its publisher must have known this. That's why he wrapped it in an attractive cover, glamorous enough to lure its reader, only having to find out that if this book was Nigeria, it would be nothing but a kaleidoscope full of errors. Sorry, a beautiful nonsense, shaped in art, but its contents shaped in beauty and the feeling of power lost, poor leadership, and corruption, painfully written on the blood and sweat of its heroes past. If this book be Nigeria, it will be a story of persecution with a leader guilty of defamation, tagging the future leaders of tomorrow as lazy Nigerian youths and sealing the fate of all Nigerian women to the other room. If Nigeria was a book, it'll be nothing but a perfect example to the nations of what a country shouldn't look like. But you see, I know it's easy trying to address this thing from the negative point of view, blinding our eyes from the fact that as a story is nothing without its characters, so is Nigeria never a country without its people. So beyond dim past and never lost future, I see a great Nigerian story begging to be written far off from the horizon. I see a people who do not consider the amalgamation a mistake, but a chance to show the world that a country of diverse tongues can stand their ground as one big united family. If this country be a book, then we are the authors. So like Shakespeare, I will write my way through the storms of this tempest and all the way through the rivers of patriotism until it leads me to the great Nigeria you and I are willing to see. We are the poetic contents that shapes the lyrical pages of this book, Nigeria. So let's make it a story for generations to come will be eager to listen to. And when the account of the ages is edged into the cosmos, let those who live long after us know that this was indeed the best story.
Taxis waiting down on the street, so hurry up, I have to go. Looking round, you see other people.
Let's have you. Okay, so let's know who wrote the best story. Penawd. Okay. 8, 6, 8, 7. Okay. For Jayspeaks. 8, 7, 8, 8.